What's going on, guys? JHoyt back with you today. Welcome back to episode number 19 of the Chicago Blackhawks franchise mode. So as you saw in the last episode, we had the quest for the number 1 seed. And as you can probably tell, with our record of 57, 19, and 6, we did accomplish that in the last episode. And now we are at the playoffs. First round is just about to begin. We're facing off against the Colorado Avalanche. And we did it last episode, but we'll do it in this one. We'll go take a look at Colorado, give ourselves a little refresher on what we're going to be facing here in the first round. So, as you may remember last episode, that we have a very solid top line of the core 3 there. They have Kakko, Jost, and then after that, it's kind of a little weaker as a team. Which, personally, kind of non-biased. If you look at our top 9 compared to their top 9, we significantly are better than them. Then you look at defense. They have a good top line. Then they have Girard. Then after that, not so great. Then it kind of drops down overall. Where, personally, again, our top 4, a little bit better. Then we go to goaltender, 87 overall. That does match what our goaltender did. However, our goaltender played a lot better. So, it kind of is in our favor. Obviously, we got the number 1 seed for a reason. And I'm just ready to get started. So, if you guys don't remember our team, I guess we'll show you that. So, our top 9, rather stacked. Lowest overall would be an 84 in our top 9. That's pretty incredible. We have a very, very solid team. Our 4th line, all 80 plus. Our entire team, I believe, is 80 plus. Unless, Duncan Keith dropped down a little bit, but usually he was a little bit higher than that. So I guess a 78 plus team without Keith there. I think our lowest is 80 overall, I believe. So we got a solid team all around. And just in case Dubnyk doesn't get it done, we got Saros right behind him. So we got a good goaltending tandem here in Chicago. We got the depth, we got the players, and we got the drive for the Stanley Cup. So without further ado, let's get right into it with our first round matchup. So we're going to be doing things a little bit different, tiny bit, not too much. So instead of going through the entire game on simulation, we're going to kind of let it sim for a minute or two and then just kind of skip it. So you'll kind of see how it is. So first period, we'll get through it. 1-0 Colorado. Goals. Who scored that one? Kakko scored it on the first round. Second period, 2-1 in favor of Colorado still. McKinnon gets a goal and Patrick Kane gets one. And then our third period, Pavelski gets one. Can we come back here? Third period, no we can't. So Girard gets a goal after that. We end up out shooting them somehow, but we don't come out with the victory. Varlamov comes out strong, and they just put up too much. So we got a rebound here. See, we're also on home ice. I don't even think I mentioned that. We are on home ice as the number 1 seed in the NHL. Let's rebound here. Game 2, no injuries from our side. Down 0-1 in the series. Let's start it off strong in Game 2, first period. There we go. Goals. McLeod on the third line. You'll love to see it. I got to make sure I don't say that a million times this episode. Second period, no score. Still 1-0. Third period time. Let's let it sim out here. So we only got 1 goal on the board. Shots are relatively even, within a couple of each other. Power play for Colorado. It's a close game. 5 minutes left. Let's hold out, maybe get an insurance marker here. Okay, we don't get the insurance marker, but McLeod, the only goal of the game in the first period. Absolutely great from our 4th line. Shutout for Dubnyk. Varlamov somehow has a 1.01 goals against. Don't know how that one works, but we get the victory. Ties the series up 1-1. Now we're heading to Colorado to try to look to take the lead. Rockford, very good record down there. We covered them in last episode. We turned goalie rotations off, and injuries are still on. So let's get to it. First period time. No score. All right. We're out shooting them. Second period, 2-1 us. All right. Who scored for us? Solani and Strome. Nope. Caught myself that time. Pavelski gets one as well. Third period time. Can we bring home the victory? Pitlick doesn't want that to happen. I don't think he was in the lineup, so they may have an injury over there. Saad gets a goal. I believe that's... No, it's not his second goal of the game. I thought it was. But all right, 10 minutes left. There's one. DeBrincat on the power play. Looks like we had a double power play there. Another power play. 3 minutes left here. It looks like we're going to be able to close this one out unless some crazy stuff happens. 4-2 here in game number 3. 3 stars once again. Pitlick, Pavelski, and Solani in the top 3. But game 4, we're looking okay. Injury in the AHL will replace him and get right into game 4. And hopefully we can extend the lead to 2 games. Game 4 time. First game was not a blowout, but a 3-goal win. And then the game 2 was a 1-goal win for us. Game 3 was a 2-goal win for us. Now we're into game 4. We're back on track here. We're in the win column. We're leading the series 2-1. Let's get right back into it. Game 4. The last game in Colorado for now as we come out of the first period with a 1-1 scoreline. Pavelski is absolutely tearing it up for Colorado. I'm pretty sure he's scored almost every game. Strome gets one as well for us. First line, still on fire. Haven't seen one from Kane yet, but we still have time. Second period, there it is. Duchesne. All right, we'll take that one. Shots are even. Third period time. All periods. So we're leading 2-1 right now. Colorado with the power play. They tied up. McKinnon on their top line. That lethal top line. Comfort, exactly why we got him for the fourth line. Gets a big goal, putting us up in the lead with 5 minutes left. 2 minutes. Can we close it out here? 1.5 minutes. There it is. Cam Fowler gets the empty netter and seals us the game. 4-2 here in game 4. Dubnyk, number 1 star. Comfort and Pavelski still up there. Pavelski, he's been tearing it up for them. But can we kind of, do some good stuff? But a big injury. Dylan Strome has a fractured left elbow. His return is May 14th. We need to call someone up. Dang, what even date is it? I don't even think I saw. So he's going to be out for a bit. Now, obviously, we have Duchesne, Taves, and McLeod here. So I'm not worried about filling, a superstar role. Like, we have the depth here, and that's why we did that. But who is most kind of deserving to be up here? I believe we called up Gignac last time, and I think, let's see, where is he going to leave off a spot? He's going to leave off a spot in right wing. Although, yeah, we're going to bring up Gignac. He put up very good numbers the last time he was up here on the fourth line. So let's fix the lineup and get back for game 5. So we are back here for game number 5. We brought up Gignac, put him on the fourth line. We moved Tatar up to the third line. McLeod to center. Taves up to the first line. I felt like we were just going to keep the second line intact. So game number 5 here. We are back home looking for the series win here to close it out. Rockford well off camera while fixing the lines. They made it to the playoffs. I didn't see their final record. I guess we'll check a little bit later on. But they're facing off against the Texas Stars. So hopefully they don't have a problem with the Stars like we did. But here we are. Game 5. Colorado versus Chicago. Can we win with our top line a little bit disassembled? All right, we're back with the game number 5. Let's get started. First period. 3-3. Dang, all right. Okay, I meant to pause that there. Goals. All right, so what even happened? Comfort got one. They then followed with 3 quick ones. Interesting. All within about 2 minutes of each other, they scored 3 straight goals. But all right, Tatar, now in the third line. He put up a big goal. Boquist from the back end. You love to see it. All right. After a wild first, we're already in the second. Lepsic gets one as well. Very high-scoring game here in Game 5. I can't even talk without trying to simulate this. Pitlick gets one, 5-3. We go on the power play. Let's just figure out the rest of the period. Tatar gets a second one, I believe, of the game. Yeah, Tatar's second of the game, showing why he can step up, and that's exactly why we got him, to kind of move up and down the lineup and fill roles as needed. But 6-4, still a very high-scoring game. Frolik from the fourth line gets another goal. Gerard gets a goal. This is a crazy Game 5. Colorado is not going out without a fight. We'll just let this one simulate right out. 5 minutes left. 3 minutes, 2 minutes. We get one. Taves now on the first line. Can we get a late one? We do. Thomas Tatar gets a great last goal, completing the hat trick here in Game 5. Guys that are even in new spots are coming out strong. I believe Confer's got 2, maybe? No, just 1. 7-7 going into overtime. 36 shots for Colorado, 36 for Colorado, 31 for Chicago. This is insane. Let's keep it going. What's going to happen in overtime? Only one goal could possibly be scored. Got to turn off my other controller because it seems like it's causing some lag. Let's go. Overtime period. We get it. Brandon Gignac gets the game-winning, series-clinching goal, playing on the fourth line from a really strange angle for being a left-hander. And what a crazy game number 5. 15 total goals. Let's check out the stats. Tatar, a massive game. He gets the hat trick. Gignac gets 3 points. Oh my goodness. And then Boquist down there. Can't forget about him. I gotta go look at the stats on this one. Is there anyone that didn't have a point in this one? Okay, I guess it was a little bit overzealous there of trying to figure out what it did. So no one on our second line got a single point that game. Very interesting. But Tatar with a big hat trick. Gignac with a big game. Our entire fourth line had a great game. And although it was 7 goals allowed for Dubnyk, he still played great. Kept us in it the entire time. And after the first couple of games, you probably wouldn't expect such a crazy outbreak of goals. But hey, Game 5 proved us good. And we win. We're moving us on to the second round versus the winner of Dallas, I believe, and Winnipeg, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll just have to kind of wait. Rockford down in a hole. Oh, they end up losing out 0-3. That's okay. They still had a great year. And our Kryptonites are back. Dallas Stars beat the Winnipeg Jets 4-2. Dallas Stars, what are they saying this year? Game number 1. Let's get right into it. We just had a 15-goal game. Let's start off not like that. Carl Hagelin gets a goal early on in this one. But let's finish it out. First period, we get a goal there. Taves and Robertson behind them. But let's start it off. We got to come back here. 1-goal deficit. We've been there before. There we go. Solani, I believe that, I don't know if that's his first point, but last game that entire second line didn't show up. So it's good to see that in this one. Sagan gets a goal. Let's finish it out. Oh, before I can even simulate it, Kane gets another goal. And I said Kane wasn't really, I didn't see him doing well, but he actually was tied for the lead on points for our team in the playoffs. So that was really weird. But all right, Kane ties it up. Heading into the third period. Let's let this one simulate on out. And we're getting outshot right now. Looks like we're coming back in that department. Dallas goes on the power play. Sagan gets his second of the game. That's something we don't want to see. But we've done it before. Let's do it again. We're down late. Power play for us. 1 minute left here. Can we get a late one? It doesn't look like we can. Sagan with the big 2 goals for them. And they found an early goal, and they just rallied behind that. But 3 stars, it was on the screen quickly, but it doesn't really matter. On to game 2. We did it last time. We lost the first game, then won 4 straight. Let's do it again. Game number 2. What are we saying here in game 2? First period, no early goal for them. We end up getting a goal. DeBrincat on the first line. Right into the second period here. We're out shooting them as well. Let's get right into it. Second period. Okay, we got 2 goals there. Colin Miller from the back end. It's great to see. And then Short on Dubnyk. But all right, third period time. Before I can even get into it, Dzingel gets his first goal of the game. Hintz gets a goal, which now puts them in the lead by 1. 12 minutes left. Going back on the penalty kill for us. 7 minutes left. We got to get a goal here. 40 shots for them. Douglas. I'm not exactly quite sure who that is. But 2 minutes left. Doesn't look like we're saying anything here in game 2. 3 third period goals. It's all right. 4-3 loss in game 1. 4-2 loss in game 2. Now we're heading to Dallas. I just don't know. Why does Dallas always give us such like a hard matchup? I don't get it. But I don't really want to change anything. I mean, Dubnyk's been playing fine for us. Let's just get into it. Well, let's hopefully that was just a couple of bad games for us. But game 3, let's start it off strong with the deficit. So Gurianov gets the goal for Dallas. Second period. Looks like they get another one. Sure. Third period time. What are we saying, guys? We got to get at least 1 goal. There we go. Brandon Saad comes through for us. What else? Who else wants to step up? Who else wants to bring this series back to life? Because if we go on 3-0 or 0-3, that's a tough spot. Ah, jeez. All right, so it's a 1-goal game. So we're not getting blown out, but they're just kind of edging out in the victories. So what can we do here? So heading to game 4, I figured, you know, whatever it is about Dallas that just gives us so much trouble, we made a couple of line changes. And we'll kind of go into it real quick. So we did have Taves on the first line with DeBrincat and Kane. We moved Duchesne up there, moved Taves to the second line. And that's pretty much all we did. Except for, I think we're going to put Saros in net. And I hate to do that because Dubnyk played so great for us this year. But this is something we didn't do last time against Dallas, I don't believe, where we actually changed the goalie and it kind of helped us. But we have to do something. We change up some stuff. Our defense stays the same. I just don't know what it is about Dallas that gives us so much trouble in NHL 19. I don't get it. But let's get right into it. Game 4. We have to avoid an elimination here. It looks like we both start our 4th line for some reason. And that's not the start you wanted. Hagelin and Dickinson both get goals. Second period, we'll simulate right through it. 3 goals. And this is starting to look really familiar with our story. 4-0. Unless we have a major comeback. But that's a good start. 1 goal. Now we just got to get 3 more. Playing for your lives right here, guys. Come on. I mean, what is it about Dallas? Like, what's so good about Dallas? That's so frustrating. Gurianov gets the 5th goal. And once again, we are eliminated by the Dallas Stars. I just don't get it. We have such a good team. Like, what are they doing that we're not? Is what I'm kind of trying to figure out. So let's go to, not player stats. That's for the season. But let's go to the playoff stats. Like, how is this team working so well? All right, how do we go here? Dallas, right here. Niskushkin leading the way. Like, Ben's not even playing that great. Dickinson must have got hurt. Doug 6'8". All right. So they had a couple injuries. This is just so frustrating. Like, defense, I mean, yes, they have, like, a good top line, but then, like, I don't know. I mean, feel like we still should be beating these guys. I mean, 8-1. 84 overall goalie. I just 23 goals allowed in 10 games. That is so frustrating. So it sucks, but once again, we are eliminated in the second round. I believe it's the second year in a row for Dallas. No, because we beat Dallas, right? I don't remember. What year are we in? I don't know. Let's simulate up to the draft, see where we're picking, check retirements, and wrap it up, because we got to figure out how to beat Dallas. I don't know if we have to take someone from them or what, but that's so far. We're number 1 team in the NHL. I don't get it. I really don't. But I guess looking towards the offseason now, I mean, we got some contracts we got to extend. We got some big names that are going to want some big money this year. And I don't know. I mean, we had a great goaltending tandem. If Dubnyk's that good again and we can re-sign him, I wouldn't mind doing that. But there they are, the championships for both leagues here. Pittsburgh gets the Stanley Cup, and the Chicago Wolves of the Vegas organization get their Calder Cup. Here is the draft lottery results. It looks like Detroit gets the first overall pick, followed by Montreal, Florida, Anaheim, and Vegas to wrap out the top 5. And we're not in there, because obviously we're the number 1 team in the NHL. But we'll have to look at what we have going forward, what we could possibly trade away. All that I'm not sure of. But let's go down to Chicago, check retirements. No skaters, good to see, and no goaltenders. So we got nobody retiring. Trevor Lewis is now a scout. And we'll just kind of go to draft day. And I'll do the trade block a little later on. But let's look at our team here and kind of see what the plan is for next year. So obviously we have tons of good centers. I mean, we have 4 really good centers. 2 of them are both. I don't think we have extensions on them. But Bolstrom and McLeod we want to bring back. I'd love to bring back Comfer. I think he's on actually another year. But I don't really want to trade away any of those guys. Our left wings, Tatar's up. If we can get him for low money, I'd love to bring him back. Our right wings, obviously we have the dynamic duo of Solani and Kane. DeBrincat there as well, locked up for a few more years. Defense, we got to re-sign Boquist. He's going to want a lot of money. Then we got to make a decision on Miller. We got Severson to deal with. Probably some other guys we got to, not get rid of, but figure out what to do with. And then we got the big decision at goaltender. What do we do there? Do we want to go another year on Dubnyk? I mean, we have big decisions to make, basically. But I'm going to do the trade block off camera. Like I said, it's going to kind of wrap us up here. We'll take a quick look at, everything, the trade block, or not the trade block, what? The standings, the playoff tree. I guess we'll start with the playoff tree. So as we already saw, Dallas beat Winnipeg 4-2. We beat Colorado 4-1. Arizona swept Calgary 4-0. And Nashville beat Vancouver 4-2. Then we got swept by Dallas somehow. Arizona beat Nashville 4-1. Arizona beat Dallas 4-2. Happened over to the east side. Pittsburgh beat Philadelphia. Carolina beat Washington. Kind of interesting there. Boston 5-2. Ottawa beat Tampa Bay. Then Pittsburgh sweeps Carolina. Ottawa beats Boston somehow. Pittsburgh beats Ottawa. Arizona and Pittsburgh in the Stanley Cup Finals. And Pittsburgh ends up taking it. Player stats. We didn't look at this one. So, player stats from our team here. So DeBrincat was on the first line. Kane was on the first line. Duchesne was eventually on the first line. Solani. So Koivu a little bit down there. I mean, Confer played well. Strome unfortunately got injured. That's unfortunate. Defense. I mean, everyone kind of pulled their weight. I don't know why Keith's not showing up there. And then goaltenders. I mean, I just felt like we had the edge. I guess we didn't look at Dallas again, but I don't know what it was. So, it's a tough year. Actually, I wanted to check out awards. Because I believe we won the President's Trophy this year. So, Stanley Cup champions, Pittsburgh Penguins. How do we do this? Okay, we go to the right here. So, President's Trophy, we get that. So, we get at least one thing. Winner of the Western Conference, Arizona. Pittsburgh gets the Prince of Wales. And that's it for team. Art Ross. So, most goals goes to Brock Besser. Hart Memorial goes to Brock Besser. James Norris goes to that guy. Don't even know how to pronounce that name. Lady Bing goes to Patterson. Raymond gets the Calder. Matt Murray gets a Conn Smythe. No surprise there. Thatcher Demko, best goalie at his position. Interesting. Demko also gets that. Forbert wins the Masterson. Nekas gets the Selke. Brock Besser had a huge year. Maurice Richard, no surprise there. Tyler Seguin did extremely well. And then down in the AHL. Oh, we have player awards down here too. Studnich gets the most points during the AHL season. Studnich. All right, cool. So there's a few awards. Studnich gets another one. Carlson gets one. Okay. Anyone from us? That's all I kind of really care about. Nobody else there. So, and then we have obviously the Calder Cup being, I believe it was what, Chicago? The other Chicago. The Chicago Wolves. But all right, that kind of wraps us up in the playoffs here. Unfortunately, we fall once again to the Dallas Stars. But I'm going to wrap this one up here. Just a tough series. Let me know down in the comment section below. Tell me, how would you beat Dallas? I don't know what it is, and it looks like I need some help. So let me know that down in the comment section below. Leave a like if you did enjoy, and subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, guys, we'll see you next time.